now. So let's redo the intro. Hello there guys, welcome back to the Empire Collective Cup. Yes, we're here with 8th Wonder versus Lojza for the Platinum League. I believe this game is from, or this set, sorry, is from round 7. And I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be a great set of games between these two players. I think it's going to be... Well, I hope it's going to be close. I think Lojza could really give 8th Wonder a good run for his money. But of course, 8th Wonder is going to want to be getting a win here if he can, because he's got a real good opportunity, a real good chance in this tournament to finish in the top 3 position, I believe, if he plays well from here on out. It could happen. Don't count him out. So, looking forward to this set. And up to the north of the map, in the red, we have 8th Wonder, and he is playing as the Celts. And down to the south of the map, in the blue, we have Lojza playing as the Britons. So it's going to be a non-mirror civ matchup for game number 1, which is, you know, quite common now in this tournament. It is quite common to see non-mirror civs because the maps, sorry, not the maps, but the settings mean that players have to choose their civs hidden from one another. And since the big civs are banned in game 1 and 4, it means that players are, you know, starting to choose other civilizations, and they're not always the same, because I guess once you take the big 4 civs out of the equation, there's a lot of tier 2 civs. There's a lot of civs that could be good in this situation. Now, I'm not surprised at all to see Lojza taking the Britons here, because the Britons are a civ that he's been playing with a lot, not only on his home map, which is Arena, but also on the game 1 and 4 as well. So I think Lojza here trying to be a bit lame, getting a little caught out, his scout taking quite a lot of damage from the TC there, as 8th Wonder brings his second boar in. But yeah, Lojza taking the Brits, and I think the Brits here gonna have an advantage, to be honest with you. The Celt player could be tempted to do some kind of a drush, could be possible, and given that 8th Wonder took his second boar so early, maybe. But he might have taken that second boar early because he saw Lojza's scout and decided, ha, you know what, I'm gonna take that and be on the safe side before Lojza's scout steals it. And obviously, there has been quite a bit of laming in this tournament as well. Funny thing here is that both players have stolen 1 sheep from each other. It looks like they're going to actually cross paths at this rate as they move over to the right side of the map and move out there. That's kind of funny. Like, you don't see that too often. You don't see that too often at all. But yes, it does seem like both players here are going to be doing a bit of a drush. Lojza, though, does not have Loom. 8th Wonder's Scout Cavalry comes in, and maybe he could delay this barracks a little bit. Maybe he could find a villager kill, but it doesn't seem like he wants to. He is just going back, and that is really, really weird, to say the least. Really, really weird. But yeah, in this situation, both players are going to be going for a drush, and I think the Brits do have an advantage in this matchup. And although the Celts do get their, you know, infantry bonus, faster movement speed, it's really not such a big bonus. It's not going to make a huge difference, really. It might help him with micro a little bit. If it does, that's all good. But in terms of like feudal age and castle age, the Britons generally a little bit stronger due to their better archers, and that's something that the Celts can often struggle against. But that was kind of funny. Both players here stealing 1 sheep from one another. Both players sending the sheep to the same place in the map. The sheep crossing paths to return to their, well, to be stolen from their enemies. That's kind of funny. They may as well have just, I don't know, not bothered. But hey, you never know what your opponent might do. So, both players here obviously going for the drush. We've got 3 militia out for Lojza, 3 militia for 8th Wonder as well. But 8th Wonder's scout a little bit out of position. He's not actually sending his scout with his drush. His scout's already out ahead. And Lojza here, less HP on his scout cavalry as well. So it's likely in this situation that Lojza's drush will be less effective. He certainly will have a harder time fighting 8th Wonder's drush. And 8th Wonder here is coming in, looking to see what he can find. But I like Lojza's map. Lojza's map is really very nice, and this map, by the way, is called Knolls. For those of you who don't know, it's part of the TEC Light pack. But 8th Wonder with a quick wall on his wood line. This is the kind of thing that distinguishes an expert from a not expert, I guess. Thank you very much, Dingle Firsts, for subscribing for 5 months in a row. Much appreciated, Dingle First. Welcome back to the Wallow Warlords. Oh my goodness, look at this. 8th Wonder in the woodline of Lojza might just find himself a villager kill. But the game has paused, and I think there might be a little bit of lag. Lojza's internet, not the most reliable of things. For some reason, even when I disable the alert box, it still comes up. You can't explain that. Like, how does this happen? I'm not quite sure. It's really weird. I kind of wish that the sub drop wouldn't be broken, but thank you all the same, Dinglefirst, much appreciated. But yeah, look at this villager here, so low, and of course the extra movement speed will help with killing him, but it's not going to be enough. 8th Wonder here gonna lose his scout, and he will lose some militia in this rush as well. Two of these guys getting very low, and meanwhile Lojza battering away on that palisade wall. So the game just freezing there for a moment as one of the players caused a pause. Not really sure why or what. It could be Lojza's internet causing some troubles here, but goodness me, Lojza nearly losing another villager here. Uh-oh. An 8th Wonder's rush. I guess somewhat effective. Somewhat effective. The game seems like kind of choppy at the moment, so I apologize for that. It should stabilize once the players actually, I don't know, stop pausing the game and the internet fixes for both players. Who knows? But anyway, both players here, 25 villagers each. Lojza going to be slightly faster to the feudal age, but not by much. 8th Wonder will be up in just a few moments' time as well. And Lojza here should be throwing up a blacksmith. Looking at his resources though, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to fast castle straight away, but we'll have to wait and see. He's not throwing up a archery range or anything like that yet, and I guess, you know, he's not really got the wood for it. His wood line quite disrupted by 8th Wonder's militia raid, so I think both players here going to be struggling for wood a little bit initially, but 8th Wonder certainly seems ahead with an archery range and a second archery range going down on the front. There's Lojza's archery range now. It's only just going up, and if 8th Wonder's paying attention to his militia, he could slow it down by attacking this weak villager, 13 HP, and that Lojza sent forward. So I mean, this could be a potential dead villager there, but 8th Wonder's not watching his militia, and that seems like quite a missed opportunity. I was going to say a missed play, but no, I think a missed opportunity to say the least. Lojza though, only just getting his first range up, whereas 8th Wonder has got both up already and he's already starting production. But the rush from Lojza here looks like he's going to be able to trap one of those villagers in, nearly managing it, but he will lose the militia and the villagers will go back to safety. And for 8th Wonder here, he's okay. He does have gold income, he has got wood income, and he seems to be off to a better start with this archer flush, as Lojza's second range only just coming up right now. But Lojza, you notice, like, he actually going up to the castle age. I was literally going to say, like, he's built the blacksmith first. Now, if you're planning on doing a full archer flush, you don't build the blacksmith first. You put the priority on the archers. And I still think Lojza should have made an archery range first before building the blacksmith anyway, because, you know, who knows? 8th Wonder could have forwarded him or something, and, you know, he'd need the archers for defense. But since he went blacksmith, then archery range, and the second archery range was so late, that means that Lojza is just going to go ahead and fast castle. And I feel like that is a really almost risky thing to do on this map. Yet at the same time, he does still have 8th Wonder locked in his base. He does still have 8th Wonder here defending, and that's exactly where he wants him to be. If 8th Wonder's at home defending his economy from 3 militia, which is really very little, then Lojza can get away with this. He's doing double archery range production now, but 8th Wonder does have skirms on the way out. He's also got fletching as well, and Lojza not quite with fletching yet, but I think he'll have it in time. But 8th Wonder also doing padded archer armor here, so double upgrades on these units and counter units as well to what Lojza has. 8th Wonder also with a watchtower on the front, outpost coming up as well, and he's got vision, and that's obviously going to be very important now as Lojza goes up to the castle age. Now in 8th Wonder's position here, he knows he's far away from the castle age, and in this situation he can't afford to stop military production. He has to keep making units, but this is where the Britons get their infamous power spike. This is where the Britons' range really comes into play. 7 range on these crossbow. It's enough for Lojza to take down this entire army with just a little bit of micromanagement, and of course once he gets Bodkin arrow, that's going to be 8 range, and that's just too much for 8th Wonder's archers to handle. But a nice counter-attack coming in at the back of the map, and Lojza here gonna maybe lose a villager. This guy is very low on HP, just 3 HP remaining. Go on, bosh him, take him out, he's so low. 8th Wonder not focus firing that, just a 3 HP villager. one shot from this archer would be enough. And 8th Wonder, there you go. He's going to get it and forcing a lot of idle time here, which is obviously very, very good. But at the same time, his economy in a little bit of a pickle. A bit of a pickle, to say the least. I mean, I'm surprised Lojza has gone on this left side. If I were Lojza, I'd come straight to the right side here, go straight for that wood line, because looking at 8th Wonder's map, where else would he possibly have a wood line other than back here? And it's just so far away. Lojza knows there's a wood line here. He sees it through the fog. He's already scouted it. So he should attack this area, in my opinion. But still, with a little bit of micro, able to easily deal with the skirms. And now Bodkin arrow is done as well. So 8 range versus the 5 of these archers from 8th Wonder. And 8th Wonder, he can't get close. That's the problem. He just can't get close. Otherwise, Lojza will take him out very, very quickly. And I'm worried. 8th Wonder here looks like he might be stuck in the feudal age for some time. As Lojza keeps pumping out the crossbows. And of course, the Brits, with their cheaper town centers as well, may just be able to get a 2nd and 3rd TC up in good time. On top of making all this military. They're such a good civilization. But uh-oh, Lojza here. That is messy. Gonna get caught out. 4 of these crossbows, or 3 even, 4 now, will go down. And that is what happens when you don't patrol. When you send your units forward and they're not being patrolled, they do sometimes run into the enemy and they do die. And it could be really, really bad news. So Lojza here is going to survive just with that crossbowman there. And he's actually not in a amazing position right now. He should be in a better position. He should have more control of this game. But after losing a few fights here, he's actually not been able to make as much use of his eco as he would like. 8th Wonder has a bigger military, he has more villagers, and although he's still not in the castle age, he will be soon. And now it's Lojza who's having to keep defending his wood lines. It's now Lojza who, every time he pushes out, gets attacked back at home. And obviously that is a problem. This is keeping 8th Wonder in the game, and obviously he's doing all the right things at the moment, because he is really, really close behind Lojza in the score, and he still hasn't clicked up. So there you go. Lojza here, potentially just not throwing this game. I don't want to say that. It's too early to say. It's really too early. But obviously, 8th Wonder here, doing a really good job. Hello there, Lord Turbo Tom and Denster JB in the chat. Hello to you both. Thank you very much, Super Lisco, for resubscribing as well for 5 whole months in a row. That's a lot of months, man. Nearly half a year of AOC, so thank you very much. And I think it's going to do it again, because Twitch Alerts is very broken, and wait, oh my god. Oh, yep, there you go, it did it again. Thank you again, Super Lisco. You get a double dip. The Lojza on the left side, he will defend himself here, and this is where the Brits can now, you know, possibly start really pulling ahead. TC's coming up for Lojza, 2nd TC now, and he will be able to go for a 3rd reasonably soon. At the back side of 8th Wonder's base, he's raiding here as well. And the KD right now is certainly in Lojza's favour also, with 30 kills and just 20 deaths. He's retaken the military lead, and as long as he doesn't take some bad fights now, as long as he keeps on top of his micro, he is going to be in a great position. And you see now, this is a problem for 8th Wonder. 8th Wonder having to tower up. There's watchtowers going up everywhere, on the gold on the front, on the wood line, on the stone at the back. And obviously having to build these towers, it's you know, resources that these villagers have had to gather for each tower, which could be better spent on military. And these towers are static defense. They only ever come into play if an enemy comes near them. And if you can avoid investing in towers and instead invest in some more crossbows, then that is better, because you can go and counter-attack, you can do more damage. Hello there, Maha Progenius as well. I've not seen you in a while. Temporarily back. Well, welcome back to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. But yeah, Lojza here. Still doing a lot of eco damage though. 8th Wonder, I mean, this is the worst thing. This is the worst. The last thing you want as a player is to have to keep putting your villagers inside of buildings and... Oh no, 8th Wonder, this tower is full. These villagers, so many idols. There's 5 idols here. He's got a bunch in his TC, and that's the worst thing, when you can't put your villagers to work and you just have to let them idle in the TC until you can get your upgrades and manage to push it back, or, you know, get your army back into position. And I think this kind of position is very difficult now for 8th Wonder to recover from. He's going to try his best. 2nd TC coming up, but Lojza, meanwhile, ballistics now, and that of course is going to make it so much easier for him to attack and do a lot more damage. He's also got a big villager lead by about 12, killing a bunch of villagers in that fight, and he still has a 10 additional KD as well, which is really nice for him. So Lojza in a very strong position, but obviously this gold is about to, well, I say about to run out. There's still actually there's 1,000 gold there, so no short amount of gold actually. But once that gold does start running out, this is where this map gets interesting, because Lojza will be having to move out. He'll have to change it up a little bit. They have to move away from his base, further and further away to get the gold, and that is one thing that this map, I think it really, does well at. It makes players travel around and explore the map and take gold in a really awkward position. But yeah, 8th Wonder here coming with a counter attack, and I mean that's what you have to do in this situation. You have to counter attack. You can't defend all day, but at the same time, when you do counter-attack, you do leave yourself open to an attack from your enemy as well. So it's getting that balance. And 8th Wonder here, he has to equalize in villager kills. He has to kind of close the distance in that KD a little bit as well. And on the right side of his base, Lojza with so many crossbowmen. These skirms, they're supposed to be a hard counter, but they do nothing in this situation. Not a single, I think one crossbow going down that entire fight. And now 8th Wonder going to try and take these units down with his mangonel. Lojza with a bit of fancy micro though, and he's going to get a few flattened crossbows here, but the mangonel, oh, another big shot. And Lojza is just micro not quite there in that fight. He was unable to make it work, and since there's another mangonel coming in now, he's going to want to get out of there. That's that mangonel really turning that fight around for 8th Wonder, and that's the power, the beauty of the mangonel sometimes, it can really change the pace of a battle, and that was a good example of that. The skirmishers there doing absolutely nothing, and then as soon as the mangonel comes in, it's like, bosh, dead, sorted, done, dusted, and Lojza having to retreat. Well, I say retreat, he's just looping around, but of course 8th Wonder will keep his mangonel close to hand. Now, handcart coming in for 8th Wonder at the moment, and I think Lojza did do wheelbarrow earlier on, but 8th Wonder very quickly doing handcart here, and as the Celts, you really need a huge food economy, so getting handcart early, I think very good idea, but he doesn't have that many farms really. He doesn't have that many, but he should be starting to seed more farms very soon. And oh, once again on the right side, Lojza's going to be pushed away. Of course, it's easier to micro the Briton crossbows because they have the same, sorry, they don't even have the same. They have 1 extra range compared to the mangonel. Normally crossbows have 7 range, and mangonels have 7 range, but the Brit crossbows, they have 8 range. So technically it is easier to micro against the mangonel with the Brits, but they're still a force to be reckoned with, and they still can catch you off guard if you are not paying complete attention. Now, I'm still concerned for 8th Wonder here. He's still 14, not 14, sorry, I can't do maths. He's still like 20 villages behind, almost. In fact, he's over 20 villages behind, he's 25 villages behind. And that is obviously a worry here. He is up to 3 TCs, but Lojza's just so far ahead in villager count right now that Lojza potentially should have the faster Imperial time. Just doing handcart at the moment, considerably later than 8th Wonder, but I don't think that really should matter too much at this point since he has so many more villagers anyway. And once he does get handcart, Lojza's eco is going to go through the roof. He's got a lot of villagers out on stone here. I'm looking at that. He's been building a lot of mining camps out here, 2 mining camps, and that main gold now about to run out as well. We'll see where he moves to. I think the safe bet is over here on the left side, but there's also gold. I thought there was some out on the right. He's actually not got a great map for gold. He's some out on the left side here. He's going to have to go quite far away from his base. But since Lojza in this position has really good map control at the moment, he's got good grasp on the map, he will be able to keep 8th Wonder away from his gold mines, his precious gold mines. So there we go, a little fight in the middle here. 8th Wonder not able to deal with this at all, and oh my god, if I was 8th Wonder right now, I would be shitting myself because that is a lot of units, and 8th Wonder has no answer to them at all. I mean, his mangonel just got traded down, and now he's left with nothing. He's building a lot of eco here, and he's not really investing too heavily into military, just the occasional mangonel. Now, Ray Fair wanted to see the idle time, so there you go, Ray Fair, there's the idle time. It's exactly almost the same here, 1 hour 5 minutes for Lojza, 1 hour 9 minutes for 8th Wonder. They basically had the same downtime in this game. But look at this, I like this. This is where Lojza becomes, you know, an interesting player in my opinion. He could take his gold here. He could go for that gold. It's just there. I mean, is he scouted? No, he's not scouted it. Okay, well that probably explains why then he's decided to take gold on the opposite side of the map. Because, well, first of all, why would 8th Wonder think that he's going to be taking gold out here? Surely 8th Wonder's going to be thinking, well, you know, he's going to be taking gold over here, because that's what I see. It just does. It's not really logical for Lojza to be taking gold out here, yet here he is, building a new TC, taking all the gold, and 8th Wonder, well, it looks like he's going to find it. It's kind of unfortunate for Lojza. You'd think, like, you know, he wouldn't get spotted out there. On the front, meanwhile, though, Lojza's still trading so well. This mangonel getting another kill. That's 2 for over there. And Lojza's going to run back to his town centre to keep himself safe, whilst 8th Wonder builds a castle out on the front to protect his economy, protect his main gold and things like that. But I think 8th Wonder here, I hate to say it, but I think he's on the way out, because Lojza about to hit the Imperial Age. These skirmishes will do nothing now. There's so little these guys can do. And as soon as Lojza hits Imp, Arbalest, 5+4 range, then Arbalest comes in, then you get, what am I talking about? Bracer. The range is going to be too much for 8th Wonder to deal with, and 8th Wonder here, well, he needs to be Imp first, really. He needs to be getting Woadies out. He needs map control, and that's what kind of wins the game for the Celts in this position. These archers are just going to be too hard for him to deal with. He's just not got anything to stop them, and that second castle there will be denied. Of course, as soon as Lojza hits Imp, his castle going to be ready to produce a trebuchet immediately. And yeah, honestly, this is looking very bad for 8th Wonder. And I guess, you know, maybe not many people thinking that 8th Wonder would lose a game here. But there you go. GG as Lojza hits Imp, and 8th Wonder just unable to feel comfortable, I think, in that game. He just felt the pressure from the Feudal Age onwards. In fact, from the Dark Age, even with Lojza's Drush. And you have to excuse the colours swapping over there. Obviously, the team colors make it weird when they swap over. But yeah, I mean, Lojza, a fantastic game from him. I do like Lojza's playstyle. It's very good. I do feel he had the advantage with the Civ in that position. It was certainly Lojza's favoured Civ. I think it was favoured for the Brits, to say the least. And he played it well. So GG. And Lojza going to get game number 1 here in this series. Nicely done. Lojza 1-0, and a lot of people are like, oh well, 8th Wonder's going to take this 3-0, and there comes Lojza in game number 1 with a fantastic start. So we're going to be going into game number 2 in just a minute. I can only imagine, oops, hold on, there we go. Put the logo on. I can only imagine that 8th Wonder will choose to play Islands. That's been his home map so far this entire tournament, pretty much. He's been